Time to turn our attention to the Wolfpack. In Dave Doran's 11th season with the Pack, he finished 9-4, winning at least 8 games in 4 straight seasons for the first time in program history. The Pack have numerous incoming transfers, including a new signal caller. That'd be Grayson Mccall, making the move from North, and that was Coastal Carolina, to Raleigh. Mccall passed for more than 1,900 yards with 10 touchdowns last season. Returning for the Pack also is the ACC Rookie of the Year. He certainly will be hooking up with Grayson a lot. KC Concepcion and David Vann on defense will be the key to replacing the biggest loss of the offseason. That'd be the linebacker of the year, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, Peyton Wilson, who is now in the NFL. We're now joined by the new signal caller, that being Grayson Mccall, in addition to EMAC making his first appearance.
Hey, debut, baby.
Hey.
Great to see y'all.
Yeah,
It's not about Grayson, it's about me right now.
Thanks for making a visit, just a few feet away. Grayson, walk us through the decision to join NC State. What did Coach Doran sell you on, and why did you think this would be a good fit for you?
Yeah, just when you walk into the building in Raleigh, it's an unbelievable culture, something that's been in the works for a long time. Coach Doran's been there for over 10 years. Played a lot of good football, won a lot of football games, and played in a lot of big football games. And, the offensive scheme that they run, I thought was a really good fit for me. And then whenever I was able to get there and meet the guys and sit down and talk with Coach, it was unbelievable. Whenever I walked out the doors, I knew it was the spot for me. But really wanted to go to a place where, the program was set in stone and the standard was already built. And something to really build off of and take my playing style over there and really build upon what was already there.
First of all, no socks. Already a plus, all right? You can hang with us with no socks over here. That's the first thing, all right?
I like it.
You mentioned having options, right?
Yep.
Again, this day and age, the student-athlete has never had more power and control. And you mentioned the reasons why NC State. Well, give me the other pecking order that you were looking at, big picture, because eventually NC State was the right fit. But what else was on the horizon?
Yeah, so I only took one other visit. Went down to Orlando and visited Central Florida. Obviously, Gus Malzahn down there, and really had an interest in that program. And then, it just it started early, and then I tried to cut it down because the window's so short, obviously. Talked to South Carolina a good bit. Baylor came in late. Oregon State, those guys. It was like, new schools were getting new staff, so it was kind of, a crazy period. But like I said, whenever I went to Raleigh and took my visit, I knew that was the place for me.
You had great success at Coastal and so forth. But I'm always curious, when players are playing, do you ever notice what else is going on outside your universe? Because you're so focused on who you got this week. And being at Coastal, you've got to know about what NC State's all about, right? Carter Finley's a great place to, number one, watch a game, much less play. The fans are fantastic. But how much did you know about NC State even before you made the decision?
Yeah, I think, anytime a team's hot or you turn on a football game and you see the atmosphere or the energy that a team plays with, it's exciting, it's inspiring, and it's fun to watch. And actually never been to a game in Carter Finley, heard great things, heard it's an unbelievable atmosphere. So definitely looking forward to getting out there and playing in front of the Wolfpack fans for the first time.
That's amazing. Grayson, we were just chatting a little bit, kind of a full circle moment for me here, calling a game back your freshman year and a game against Louisiana that really put you guys on the map. You had a game-winning drive, marched down the field, and I'm just like, who the heck is this cat? And you really exploded onto the scene. You come to this team that has a known commodity in KC Concepcion, and then the added talent that you have at wide receiver. How will the additions to that room really help him even play better?
Yeah, I'm surrounded with ball players. You turn on the tape from last year, and obviously Casey stands out, but just the skill players and the guys up front they really stand out, like a lot of really good football players. And then you throw in all the guys we've added in the receiver room and in the backfield and stuff like that. And I think it's just going to help Casey out even more. Teams aren't going to be able to clue in on him. Maybe go cloud on him or somehow bracket him and just let the other guys run free, because we have a lot of speed and a lot of talent outside of KC.
You ended last season in a difficult way with the head injury. What did you learn about the game, and how difficult was that stretch for you?
Yeah, really just learning about myself, growing as a person. It was a tough time, and it's been a crazy journey. Can't believe I'm sitting here at ACC Media Day talking to you guys, about to go play my 6th year for NC State. But God works in mysterious ways, and it's been an unbelievable journey. And just throughout the transition, just learned so much about myself and was able to grow in so many different ways. And have just a clear mind right now. I'm just ready to play football, man.
Those injuries are always difficult because you can't see it or feel it immediately. You feel like you're ready. So what was that process like for you? Feeling like, nah, I think I'm ready, and then the doctor's telling you, like, no, hold up.
Yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with a head injury, obviously it's really nothing to play with. And the type of guy I am, the type of teammate I am, I wanted to get back out there as soon as I could. But, talking to doctors and having visits and stuff like that, it just wasn't really, the best scenario for me to take. And it was tough, man. It was tough. But like I said, learned a lot and wanted to get back out there. And then at the end of the day, didn't know if I was going to be able to do this thing again. So like I said, just so blessed and so excited to be able to sit here and talk to you guys and get ready to play another football season.
Grayson, we've talked to a lot of transfers. I mean, Cam Ward was in here the other day, Tyler Shuck. Again, big-time players. You're one of those guys, too. When you come in as a new quarterback, the relationship with that, number one, the locker room, but you mentioned the weapons that you have. Just walk us through the amount of time, reps with other players, wide receivers in particular, because I think a lot of fans don't understand what we don't get a chance to see as opposed to, hey, on Saturday, here's the finished product.
Yeah, I think, just the transition in general was very smooth. Like, everyone genuinely welcomed me with open arms and was, like, excited that I was on campus and in the locker room. So at first it's just building the relationship with those guys, getting to know the person and the player off the field. And then, you said it's a lot of reps. It's day in and day out. And it's the biggest part is when we're away from the facility or when we're away from the staff. What are we doing on our own to separate ourselves from, the other teams in the league?
So walk us through like a typical day. I mean, you got KC, you got Noah, whatever the combination of the guys may be.
Yeah,
what would a day like in terms of reps?
Just getting everybody out there. It's important for the young guys. So obviously we do our stuff with the staff, and then it's coming back in the afternoons and trying to get on the grass. Or luckily at NC State we have a really nice indoor that we can go use. And just going through the tree and talking through different scenarios and working in space and finding different ways to get open. Young guys, they see a route drawn up on a paper, and sometimes they want to run it exactly how it's drawn. And you just have to kind of talk through those guys, different scenarios and different break points and things like that. And it just comes down to timing and repetitions, and then it carries out on Saturdays.
How do you feel about these expectations that are growing? It seems like every day with NC State. The schedule is nice, something you can really take advantage of there. The additions that you've made, I think this is a double-digit win team. That would be the second time ever. What is the expectation for you, what this team can do?
Yeah, I'm glad the expectations are high. They should be. I think ever since, Coach Dorn's been in Raleigh, the expectation has been to win. That's our expectation this year. And, just you feel the energy of the whole community of Raleigh. Obviously, what the men's and women's basketball team did, baseball goes on the run. It just seems like it's kind of the year of the Wolfpack, and it's our time to go out there and continue it.
Does that added pressure, as the quarterback in a new place, how do you separate? How do you just play ball? How do you focus on just you?
Yeah, I thrive in pressure. I love it. I think with the support and the fan base that we have, they're great, and it just kind of adds fuel to the fire. So we're excited. I'm sure we're going to have a target on our back when we win some of these big games early, but just really excited, man. So fired up and ready to go.
Don't forget about the cheese rolling champion. She also is from NC State, Abby.
Exactly.
Come on now. It's the year of the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Everybody's rolling, and maybe the football team as well. Every season you've been able to elevate your game. Speak about what you attribute that to, and obviously being a hard worker, but what allows you to, at every season, make sure you use the tools and experiences from past seasons to make sure that you use that to your advantage.
Yeah, obviously had a lot of success early, and it was just how can I build upon it and continue to get better every year. And ever since I've got to Raleigh and been with Coach Nye and Coach Roper, I've learned so much already, and it's just continuing to learn the game, be a master, and really understand our offensive scheme and what we're trying to accomplish. And getting with my guy Anthony Boone, my quarterback trainer, my mentor, an ACC guy that played at Duke back in the day, and worked with him a lot on the field and in the room watching tape, and just continuing to grow, continuing to learn, and continuing to improve my feet, my release, everything. It's a continuing process, and just trying to get a little bit better than I was the day before.
Is there something outside your team that you can't wait to see, that you've always thought, hey, I played at Coastal Carolina from an ACC perspective? Forget NC State is the answer. Outside of Wolfpack Nation. Is there something you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. It's week 2 coming back home playing in Bank of America.
Nice.
You know, a stadium that I grew up going to as a kid, watching the Panthers plays. You know, kind of a full circle moment and something that's going to be super surreal. So definitely looking forward to that.
And that environment will be out of sight.
Man.
2
Can't wait.
incredibly passionate fan
How about
bases.
the color palette for that
Oh,
game?
it's going to be tremendous. I mean, it really is. You know that.
It's going to be fun to see.
No
One
doubt.
thing I would love to just hear from your perspective, a lot of outsiders, maybe people that watch this football from afar, are going to say the NC State defense is in Pittsburgh with Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
What have you seen from those guys in the spring, off-season, summer, as they've continued to grow and get better?
A bunch of hungry guys. You know, I think when you have a guy like Peyton Wilson and you have guys that are able to play with him and play around him, it's contagious. And the play style and the energy and the day-to-day grind is contagious. And you can tell that these guys are hungry, that maybe they're not getting the attention they deserve. There's been great defense in Raleigh for a long time now, and they play good defense every week. And spring ball was highly competitive, going at those guys every day and just, iron sharpening iron. And so those guys are hungry, man. They're ready to go. And I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in the way they work and their energy every day in the building. So love going against those guys, working with them, and really excited to see what they do.
Is there an alpha over there? Is there a guy?
He's here, Davin Van. Yeah, he's the guy in the building. That was kind of my go-to guy whenever I got to Raleigh. If I needed anything, he's the guy. Coach Thunder, our strength coach, says, Davin's got the blood in the bricks. He's been here. He's done it.
I like that.
They don't just give the number 1 jersey out in Raleigh. You have to earn it, and it's something that's really special. So, obviously, Davin wears that, and he's the alpha in the building for sure.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you this season. Right now, EMAC, he has an 88 rating. He's okay with that.
That's
and
good.
you know what?
Yeah.
There's only room for growth.
That's
right.
right. That's right.
98 by the end of the year.
Let's go.
Grayson Mccall from the NC State Wolfpack. Looking forward to seeing what they have in store this season with Dave Dorn. We'll be here.